of course,
right.
because you were 16 or 17. So at that age, what made you finally tell the Lord yes before you started to pursue music?
For sure. Like, I think one of the things that really kind of made me was like, yes, Lord, I'm all in. It wasn't no dramatic situation. Like most people were like, man, I got shot at, or man, I got robbed. Like, man, somebody just took my last sandwich. Like, it wasn't nothing like that really was like, Lord, I'm in. It was something to where I always knew, you know what I'm saying, I knew that I had a call in my life. I knew that I had to give this gospel. I knew that it was better out there for me. I knew that God had better. So the thing that kind of just fired and kind of put me on solid ground with everything, especially just saying, yeah, I think throughout the years, as I started growing in my knowledge of Christ, that developed my, yes, Lord, I ain't turning back. You know what I'm saying? It was situations in my life, I think, that really pushed me to really just stand even more firmer in the faith. But I think from day one, man, when I got the gospel, I was like, yo, this is it. Like most people be like, man, you know, I'm half and half. But I think throughout our time, as you go throughout your walk, you develop that yes. You know what I'm saying? You develop that, man, God, this I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? So for me, growing up in the church, man, I've seen both sides of it. I've seen the secular side of the world, and I've seen the gospel side, and I've seen how tripped out the gospel side can be too, especially if you're not fully walking in the Lord. So I've seen both sides of the spectrum, but for me, it was just that attitude. I have to keep going forward. And like I said, it wasn't no dramatic situation for me that was just like, Lord, thank you, Jesus, I'm here. No, it was just like, man, I signed up for it. I might as well go through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I stood. So, yeah.
Okay. So now you're 27. You've been doing music for
yep.
like 10 years.
Yep.
You got any music out now? You got anything you're cooking up in the studio?
I got a lot working on. I work with Anthony Ramirez Picasso from Not by Bread Alone. We got something we cooking up together.
Okay.
My team I'm working with, Born Into Royalty, got a lot of hot projects they're pushing out. They're getting ready to start up. For me, I got some stuff on SoundCloud under Drutwenty, SoundCloud.com. But I'm working on a single now. It should be out fairly soon. So I'm kind of sneaking it out a little bit because I don't want to do too much exposure, but I definitely want to sneak it out a little bit. But I got that going, and then I also got, you know, my album I'm working on. So I'm really focusing on just giving the people something good, something positive. But more so, man, I'm trying to give them this gospel, like, hands down. So that's where I'm at, man.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. Of course, we got to give them the gospel. Of course, if
sure.
if nothing else we do in this world, our main goal is to point people to Christ.
Of course.
Point people to Christ. That should be our main goal. It's not our only goal as believers, as Christians, as disciples of Christ, or whatever kind of title we want to wear. That should be our number one goal, to see souls saved. Because at the end of the day, I don't wish nobody to go to hell on nobody, not even my worst enemy.
Man, for real.
So with that being said, I know we got 2 tracks from you, so we're gonna get into this first track real quick. I think you sent me 2 songs, so we're gonna get into this first track. It's called Faith on Loud.
Yeah.
Brought by Drutwenty, the one and only. Let's get into it.
Faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud. I said it down. Faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud. I said it down.
Walking the scene while Leviticus don't say a word, they know who we is. Following Christ from Alabama, we go where the need is. Even in overseas, they sending them shots, they laying us down. We don't go parlor, we step in the booth, we turning it up and shutting it down. My my team is stayed and still we just want to come down to the God, so we give it this. No strings attached, no games, no gimmicks, we keep it 100 like 250s. Now who? With me the crew, with me that's 300 strong like Gideon. Beating the track like King Kong, and will not stop till he calls me home. You see the labels that checks in the industry all the way underground, and that's on me. I'm out here making disciples, I don't need fans, you can let the chunks blow. I'ma bring the marching band, I'm floating off grace, high in his love. No more looking down, I'm seeking above, cause being with Christ is perfect. It's perfect, like a hand in glove. Chips my feet when I run the streets, I'm underground, FOG. Feed that I got full ministry, my team is lit, Holy Ghost. Walking around with some zombies, kill the flesh. Israel's arm, but he bring us back like Israel's arm. We stand for truth like Gideon's arm. I'm so redeemed, you can see my team. Young soul now, I'm talking 116. I'm on point with his word laser beam, and I ain't going back to them old things. We die daily, but we live as kings, cause he took that cross on Calvary. Said we die daily, but we live as kings, cause he took that cross on Calvary. So I'ma bust flows, I ain't talking metro, cause he got me gassed up like his petrol. I'ma die for my faith, no death row. I'ma bring the troops and the trumpets low, even it's 100 or it's 10 below. I'ma tell this world about the God I know. He showed my life and he gave me life, and that's the reason that I got my faith on high. I ain't preaching to the choir, man, I'm preaching to the church, man. Holiness first, boy, he put me in the earth. This is more than hot 16s, it's a cold run, trying to usher in the spirit, man, bring him to the king. Man on fire, you can't extinguish this, my life on the edge. What a risk, my God gave it all, so why can't I live by his truth and grace, no lie. Tight grip on his word and I won't slip, gotta stay up, no days off, I'm on it, cause I got a mission, I gotta deliver. FOG is what we do, this is more than a ministry, it's a lifestyle. We don't talk it out, we live it out. That's the reason that I got my faith on loud. That's the reason that I got my faith on loud.
My faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud. I said it down. Faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud, my faith on loud, faith on loud. I said it down.
Wow, Faith on Loud from Drutwenty. Welcome back. We back. Hey man, that was live.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Now, is that something new? Is that something that's finalized? That's probably already online somewhere, iTunes, SoundCloud, or anything?
Yep, it's all on SoundCloud. Faith on Loud is definitely on SoundCloud. That was done like not too long ago, so it's definitely on there now. So,
So it's going to be part of the CD or the EP or the mixtape that you're cooking up.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm working on my album. It's probably going to be on the EP. That's what I'm really pushing for because I have so many ideas. I'm trying to condense everything, but I don't want to give out too much. So it's definitely going to be on the EP that I'm working on, and yeah. So.
Okay. Well, your name is Drutwenty. How did you come up with that?
Man, Drutwenty was one I actually got. I actually got in high school. When I was in high school, I was like, man, all these rappers got like these cool names. So I'm like, man, I got to come up with my own name. So I first came up with the name of Lieutenant. Like everybody in high school was like, Lieutenant, and I'm like, that does not sound fly. At the time it did. It sounded like it was that deal. It sounded like I'm that guy. But it's like, yeah, Lieutenant. And I'm like, dude, back in high school, I was probably like 125. I'm like, I do not look like no lieutenant. If anything, I look like private 20. But it came up that way. Lieutenant was just the name I threw out there. But Drutwenty came up. I wanted to do something original, but I also wanted to do something that I really wanted to glorify the Lord in. So Drew, of course, is my artist name, but the 20 actually stands for Matthew 10:20. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of the Father that is in you who speaks. When I first started doing hip-hop music and I first started getting into rap, I didn't know anything about music. Like I said, I didn't come from a family members that was musicians. I didn't come from a clique that was all rappers. Like, I just like, yo, I'm finna hop in this thing and ride it out. So when I first started doing it, I noticed that a lot of my music was inspired by God, of course. And I wanted people to know that every time that I did my music, it was God. It wasn't me. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, anything that I can just formulate and come up with. This was all God, and I wanted people to see that. So when I came up with Drutwenty, it just kind of stuck. I remember being in high school and teachers was like, Drutwenty, and I'm like, what up, though? So it just stuck. You know what I'm saying? It just really stuck. So, and that's how I came up with it. So, yeah.
All right. That's funny that you said that because Drutwenty is your artist name, and yet they use it as a nickname. Back when I was in high school, and even now, ever since birth, my family has been calling me Chico. So I grew up with the nickname Chico. And even as a 26-year-old man, even now, people still know me from high school, and they would see me like at the job or at the grocery store, be like, "Hey, what up, Chico?"
Right.
So I feel where you're coming from. That's live.
Definitely.
That's live. Now as an artist, do you think it's okay to collaborate with like secular artists or to do music or concerts at a club?
Man, man, you be hitting with them good questions. I think as a Christian artist, I think you'd be led. You got to be led to a lot of things, especially you got to be led in this walk. For we walk not by the flesh, we walk by the Spirit. So it's like when we walk in this world, man, I think when it comes as artists performing, especially Christian artists, I think we got to be led to those venues. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, I wouldn't say, like, for me, I've worked with secular artists before on tracks, and I've did ministry work with them. But I think as far as you really have to be grounded, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to be grounded in your faith before you can step into that arena because a lot of people work with artists that's in a secular field, and they start drifting. You know what I'm saying? They start becoming unsure in their faith. They start becoming unsure in their gospel that they're preaching, that God is giving them. They're preaching. They start watering it down because of what they see or what someone may have told them. So you have to really be solid when you're working with secular artists. I don't see anything wrong with it, me personally. Like, I know other people be like, man, no, bro, you wrong. I ain't gonna get your CD now. It's all good. It's all up. But I think personally, I think when it comes to a place of your ministry and your lifestyle, I think your music speaks, but I think your lifestyle speaks even more. Behind when the mics are cut off, when you're in the studio recording with that person or secular artist, whatever it may be, your life can speak for that. God can use you to minister to that person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's wrong to work with secular artists to a degree, because I'm just not gonna hop on any track if I know it's really defiling the Lord, like straight up. Like, I'm not going to be like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm not going to hop on a track that is opposing of what my faith and what my belief is. That's just me personally. But as far as performing in clubs, I performed in a couple clubs around here. Man, give these people the work, give these people the gospel. But it's like I said, you got to be led to those fields, and you got to make sure you prayed up, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you feel, because if not, man, those are arenas that people get killed in spiritually, you know what I'm saying, because they're not rooted and grounded in their word. So that's my thought on that.
Wow. Well, I agree with you. I had been invited by a friend to go and do, I guess, give some type of encouraging word, because the guy was performing, because he's a rapper. He's a local Christian rapper, and I was just going to go and like tag along or whatever to go to this I guess it was what was it? It wasn't prison, but it was a place for like troubled teenagers.
Okay.
And I guess like a juvenile detention center, I guess. And and like I told my pastor about the opportunity, and he just said, just be careful, because like you could get pulled into something or pushed into something without the Lord leading you, and you will get stuck in that situation. Like say like if I would have went to the detention center and maybe a young guy would have like got mad at me because of a question that I asked him, and even though that I'm just trying to encourage him or whatever, he could possibly get mad at me, and then I might not have the spiritual comeback to pull him closer to Jesus. So you do have to be grounded. You have to, first off, you have to know yourself, and you have to be grounded. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And if you are not spiritually strong enough to be in that arena or that venue or be in that place, then don't go. Don't go. But as an artist, who would you like to collaborate with? Either it could be somebody in your city or somebody mainstream in the Christian hip hop community, whoever.
Man, I got a list. If they listening, which I know they probably
Give me your top four.
Give
me your top four.
Man, the top four. All right, so I definitely want to work with Flame. That'll be one. Two, I definitely want to hop on the track with Dizzle. I think that'll be dope.